Radio 568 on WJJCRH. And in the spirit of Halloween, we're going to talk about our favorite Halloween memories. And we're going to talk about Halloween traditions around the world. My name's Ieasha Galloway, and I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Rosmary Reyes.
And I'm Sofia Aguilar.
So, yeah, it's first time me talking on mic and, lead things. I'm going to try to do this real quick. To start things off, we're just going to give a brief history of what Halloween is. So, Halloween traditionally was a Celtic holiday. It started out November 1st was the New Year's Day in the Celtic tradition. So the day before that would be Halloween, Hallows Eve. And the night before was a time where the living and the dead came together, similar to what people believe now. And more than 1,000 years ago, the Christian church changed November 1st to All Saints Day, also known as All Hallows Day. This is a special holy day to honor the saints and the people who died for their religion. So, like I said before, the night before it's called All Hallows or All Hallows Eve. So then later on the day was changed to Halloween. So let's start off with our favorite Halloween memories. For me personally, my favorite Halloween memory would have to be, give me a second. It would have to be something about when I was little. I did not want to be like a traditional girly girl. Halloween thing. I didn't want to be like the pink princess or whatever. And I was with my grandmother, and we were just in Walmart looking for Halloween costumes, and she actually gave me time to sit there and look for costumes until I found my costume. My costume was Batman. And if you don't know, now you know I'm an avid Batman fan. I was so excited. I took the costume out of the bag right there in the middle of Walmart, put on the costume, ran around, was like, I'm Batman, I'm Batman.
My favorite Halloween memory is, I remember I was in 7th grade, and that was my first dance. It was the Halloween dance. Yes.
I've never been to a Halloween dance. Wait, yeah.
It was the best dance. I mean, it's the only real dance I ever went to, except for prom. And I remember I was so excited to be with all my friends, and I remember I was excited my parents had let me out for the night, and I was wearing my little Wicked Witch costume, because that was my costume every year, a witch, because I always thought that was the coolest thing. And I remember going to the haunted house, and I remember helping set up the haunted house, and it was just the best memory for me, just having that time with my friends.
Mine, I don't think I really have one. I have too many to mention, but my favorite part about Halloween is the embarrassing pictures that my parents take. Yeah, when I go through my family pictures, all I see is me in these hideous costumes, and they just had to take a picture of everything. I used to go to this school, and every year they had somebody dressed up and then take pictures with all the kids, and I would be so scared and freaked out, it was scary.
Okay, wait, you said at school they had someone go around take pictures with people and stuff.
Yeah.
How did your school celebrate Halloween? At my school, in elementary school, we couldn't celebrate Halloween. We had to do character day. We could dress up as a character because Halloween was it was with some people they didn't celebrate Halloween, so you had to be kind of inclusive. And you had to dress up as a character. You couldn't do anything scary, so you couldn't be a ghost. You couldn't be a vampire. You had to be I could be Batman. That was good for me. Or you could be Pippi Longstocking. You go to each classroom and do the character parade, and go to different classrooms to get candy and stuff. So I don't know if that's just a Long Island thing.
I mean, my elementary school, I remember we didn't really have a tradition, but we did have that every year around the time of Halloween. It would always be that scary story that the school was built on a graveyard, and that there was this ghost with purple hair. I remember it was specifically purple hair that the ghost had, and she would come around and she would pick up all the kids who would be crying in the bathroom, so you knew not to cry in the bathroom.
What is that? I forgot the weeping lady, La
Llorona.
Yeah, I heard about that first. I was like,
yeah. I know, the first time I heard about it, I did not cry.
Hashtag Latinos.
Yes, hashtag Latino.
Wait, can you describe that story real quick for people who don't know? Because I'm bad at describing things.
I'm not really sure 100%, but I think it's about this lady, and it's this whole story that she goes around the town saying, my kids, my
Oh,
kids,
yeah.
my babies. Yeah, but I'm not sure. Do you know?
I mean, I remember, yes, she's a weeping lady, La Llorona, and she walks around the town crying around for her kids. I remember it was 3 kids, 2 boys and 1 girl. I'm not sure. But yeah, and I remember that it was the story that when she found the kids, every year she would come back looking for her kids, and she would come and collect these kids. She would think these were her kids, but she would just grab any kids from the neighborhood she was in. And she would grab them, and she would lure them into her. For some reason, she had some appeal to her that the kids would follow her.
It was just Halloween candy.
Well, maybe it was that. And the kids would follow her, and she would bring them into the lake or the ocean or wherever she was, and she would drown them. And that was the story of the Llorona. Yeah. You know not to behave bad because the Llorona is coming from you.
See, I'm a little shaky because I just came, like I told you before, I just came from my graphic novel club, #graphic novel club, ##. I just came from them before. Today we're having like a Halloween thing where we're going to be in a horror, it's called Horror Night. We're going to be in the room just reading scary stories. So we're just going over the stories and we're on Creepypasta. If you don't know what Creepypasta is, it's this website where all the creepiest stories are there. Mostly it's like, you gotta weed through the bad ones. There's a rating system from like 1 to 10. We were reading this one story before. It was like, the Stalker Part 1. It was the exposition.
What?
Yeah, the Stalker Part 1. It got an 8 out of 10. So we're like, okay, this has to be kind of decent. We're just reading it, and like 10 minutes in, he's still describing his life, and I'm like, we're done. So one of my members, Paul, he comes. He's like, we should read Suicide. What is it? Squidward Suicide. And we're like, Squidward from SpongeBob? Yeah, sure. We started reading it. It's like, okay, whatever. Intern. I'm just gonna like paraphrase because I'm bad at telling stories. It's an intern at Nickelodeon. He's what's he doing? He's just going through the motions and everything, and he has to screen one of the episodes. And they normally have this tradition of writing fake titles on the episodes. Like, you remember the episode where SpongeBob and Patrick have, like, they take care of the baby shell clam or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
It was called something else, but they titled it How Sex Does Not Work. That's how they titled it. So they titled it, like, stupid things, whatever. So he saw this, and it said Squidward Suicide. He's like, okay, it's just a morbid joke that we always do. Yeah. So they put it in, they're watching it. It starts with Squidward's just playing Squidward's there in his house, like normal. SpongeBob comes, hey, Squidward, what it do? And Squidward's like, yo, son, leave. I got to do my stuff and practice for my clarinet recital. So I'm a little shaky now because I'm just thinking about what's coming. So he's practicing the clarinet recital. Does a little bubble scene that Olemy does. Squidward's at the clarinet recital, whatever. He's there, and everyone's booing him because, Squidward sucks monkeys. So they're booing him, whatever, and then it flash forwards, and there's Squidward just sitting in his bed crying, like, oh my God. We're like, is this supposed to be the scary part? Because that's messed up, but isn't it not that scary? So the intern and his friends are the person he works with, his coworker, they're watching it, and they, like, something flashes across the screen. And they're like, what was that? So they go back real quick, and they see, like, this hyper-realistic blood. Was it? Yeah, hyper-realistic blood thing. And they're like, what the heck is it? So they, like, slowly go forward. And as they're going forward, I'm shaking now. They see this picture, this image of a little boy. He's beaten and battered, and he's like disemboweled, and his guts are everywhere. And they're like, what the hell? Who the heck would put this in the SpongeBob thing? He's like, okay, maybe it was just a fluke, maybe it was a glitch, whatever. Kind of creepy. And they're going forward, and they realize that it looks like a murder scene, but they don't see any like police evidence tape. They don't see anything else, and they see the shadow of the photographer on the scene. They're like, yo, this is creepy, but we have to go on and see what's going on. So it goes back, and it goes back to Squidward, and it's just eerily silent. Like, you can't even hear the speakers or anything. And just on Squidward's face, he's sobbing. And then it goes again to another picture, and this time it's a little girl. And it's getting creepier and creepier. He goes into detail how it's described and everything. He's like, he watched this like 2 times, and it just embedded his brain. So he goes forward again to go more, and it always cuts back to Squidward sobbing. It goes again, and it goes close up to Squidward's face. He's sobbing again. And then you hear like this silence, this creepily silent, and they go forward again. And this time they see it's like a succession of images, because you know how cartoons work. It's not like a video. They can tell that these images are from a video, and they see like they're going forward. It's the photographer, whoever's taking this video, whatever. You see it that you're going forward. You see the little kid, the boy when he's alive, blinking. And you see as he goes to cut his stomach open, and you see him pull out the guts.
Oh my God.
You see the kid like in pain, and you see the kid dying. Do you see the girl? and everything. And you're watching this, and you're like, whoa, what the hell is going on? Mind you, I'm with my graphic novel club. We're in our little club office, the lights completely off, and we're sitting there, and we're like, what? And then someone knocks on our door. We're like, what the hell was that? So they come into the room. We start reading it more, and they what happens is after they go back, it goes back to the animation of Squidward. Now Squidward's eyes are like hyper realistic, and he starts sobbing, and he's crying, and there's blood coming out of his eyes. This red, realistic blood dripping. And all you hear is this deep voice go, do it. No. And you're like, what? Squidward grabs a shotgun. Yeah, it gets more, but you're like, this is not SpongeBob at all. He grabs a shotgun and he blows his brains out. And it just shows the detail of the... He's reading, he describes the detail. So they're like, what the hell was this? They watch it again just to make sure that they weren't high or crazy or anything. And it's just like gut-wrenching. And so they call the supervisor. The supervisor's like, what am I here for? You know, there's like final cuts and blah, blah, blah. He sees it. He gets upset. He's like, what kind of fucking joke is this? Oh, sorry for cursing. What kind of joke is this? So they try to do an investigation to try to figure out maybe in the processing someone pretty much like hacked it and fixed it and stuff. The creepy part was that there was evidence that it was edited, but only 24 seconds before they started playing it. And the guy had the tape in his hand. Well, the 24 seconds before. So he's like, what's going on? Oh. They did an investigation and everything, and they never found out who these kids were. He's like, till this day, I'm still scared. Oh. So that's why I came here all shaky. I was like, oh my God, no.
I have to watch that.
Right? Wow.
Yeah. I was like, what is this?
That's creepy. He had the tape in his hand.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why I was freaking out over Halloween.
And this is on Creepypasta?
Creepypasta. There's different
Everybody
stories.
go check out Creepypasta.
Hashtag Creepypasta. Squidward suicide. That's just, ew. So, yeah, wow. Well, we'll probably put you to some music to, like, calm your nerves after that real quick, because yes. I'm still shaking, so we see you when you come back. Yeah, that could... WJJCRH on Radio 568. If you're just tuning into us right now, we're talking about Halloween things and all that creepiness. Still a little shaky from that weird creepy pasta, but let's get into it. The next thing we're probably going to talk about is your worst Halloween memory. You can go because like I told you before, I personally don't really have a bad Halloween memory except for this one time I went with my friend Gabby. Hope she's listening. What a do. We went to the Halloween Day Parade, and I was excited because it was free candy, there's costumes, and everyone knows I love cosplay, and I love costumes. Like, that's amazing, that's amazing. So we're going to the end. It ends at Union Square Park. Everyone's chilling, getting candy and stuff, even though people tell me not to take free candy from people, but I was like, I died of mountain of chocolate. Okay.
That's a happy way to
yes.
die.
So we're there, and my friend, I love Kakashi from Naruto, the anime and the manga. He's like my favorite character. And there's this dude dressed up as Kakashi, Ambu Blackout Kakashi. If you don't know about it, go. Watch it. Watch Naruto, learn about Ambu Blackout Kakashi. Best thing ever. So he's dressed up as him. I was like, oh, cool, can I get your picture? And my friend's like, take a picture with him. I was like, no, I'm more shy. No, I don't want to do no. Senpai don't notice me. And so I'm taking a picture with him. And he gets all handsy on me. I'm like, I'm so confused. I'm like, this is my favorite character, and you did a great representation, but why are you touching me like this? So he he's caressing my shoulder, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. And my friend's like, just stay still, take the picture. I'm like, fake smile, come on, take the picture. So he's getting closer and closer, and he's rubbing up on me. He goes into my ear, and he whispers, oh my God, in like this sultry voice, but it's just this creepy sultry voice. So what are we doing after this? So I was like, I'm going home. I was like, guess what? Autobots roll out, we're leaving. So that was my worst memory, but I normally like it because I like Halloween. I love candy.
Yes.
I love the free candy. I've been trick-or-treating every year. I'm going to even go this year by myself. I don't care if I got a kid. Actually, if you have a kid that you need someone to take trick-or-treating, I'm here. Ieasha Galway. I do trick-or-treating for free. I will take a 5% cut. But if they have Reese's and dark chocolate, that's automatically mine. But hit me up on Twitter. Just saying.
Wow, okay. We're going to find kids for Ieasha.
Only for a day. I don't do that kid thing. Only for a day.
Okay. Well, I don't have a worse Halloween memory. I just have, like, embarrassing or unfortunate memory. So every year, of course, for Halloween, I was addicted. When I was younger, I was addicted to that candy, the Swedish fish candy. Yes,
Obsessed.
do you guys remember?
Obsessed.
Yes. It was
Used to
like,
cost 5 cents. Now it's like 25 cents.
I don't even find them anymore. Anyways, and I would eat them like crazy, especially on Halloween. And I remember for the first year that I was just attacking them out of my little jacket.
He's like,
lantern.
nyah, nyah,
yes,
nyah, nyah,
I
nyah.
would not stop. There was no filter. I just kept swallowing. My molar got stuck on one of the candies. Yes, mind you, I'm very young, and my molar got stuck on one of the candy of the Swedish fish, and my molar came out on Halloween. Like, I had like a freaking tooth fairy.
I still would have kept eating.
I did. I put a little tissue on the wound, and I was eating from the other side.
So ain't no stopping now. Might as well.
Right? Like, the worst has already happened. So, of course, I was going to keep eating. And the same thing happened for me the next year. So, I don't know.
I think your mouth's like, stop this. We don't like Swedish fish. We do not like Halloween.
It was the same candy. And again, my other molar came out. So, beware that on Halloween.
Make sure your teeth fit right before you start snacking.
Yes.
My worst Halloween memory, I don't think I really have one, but I remember I was like traumatized one Halloween. I think it was like 3 years ago. I went to this haunted house in Long Island, and I almost had a heart attack. It was so crazy. It's called Bayville Scream Park. You guys should go check it out. And there was this one part of the haunted house. You go into the little room, and then we didn't see anybody there. Nobody dressed up as anything. It was just like a baby nursery room, very dark, creepy. So then we're going to the other doorway to go to the other room of the haunted house, and then we see something crawling on the floor. And it was like this grudge-looking person, and I'm like, okay, what is that? Just like that. And then out of nowhere, she just like jumped in my face, and we just ran and ran, almost died. It was so crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You just reminded me, my middle school, we used to do that. We were like all into the creepy stuff. And we were really into Spirit Week. So Spirit Week was also around Halloween time.
See, our Spirit Week is like Homecoming. Yay, truly. Long
And-
Island's weird.
Yeah. I mean, I never went to school there, so. But we had the entire floor, our entire floor for our academy. We had everyone dressed up as little creepy little people from movies. So we had people dressed up as The Grudge. We had people dressed up as vampires, werewolves, ghouls, and we turned off all the lights from the academy. From the entire school. And we would have, like, the smoke come, and we would have people come into the school and just look at the creepy stuff. And we would, like, come out of classrooms and try to pull people and scare them. Yeah.
Nope, I was not doing that.
Oh, I loved it.
I've actually, I've heard about these haunted houses and stuff. I haven't been to one that scared me yet.
Go.
I need
Keep
to
looking.
You know what? Y'all should hit us up on Facebook. Our Facebook page is give us a second.
Radio568/WJJCRH. Like us.
Follow us. We are on Twitter.
Comment.
Twitter at
feedback.
WJJCRH. Just saying. But yeah, find me a good haunted house, because I like being scared, but I don't really get scared. Well,
There's actually one in the city. I think it's Times Square. It's like $30, and if you don't
that's
get
not
scared,
struggle friendly.
they give you a refund.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
That's
Really?
struggle friendly then.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I wasn't scared. Pants wet. Nah, give my money back.
That was water.
So speaking of scary things getting scared, what are your favorite Halloween films?
Ooh, that's a long list. My favorite scary movie is Sinister. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I saw that. What is it about again?
It's about, like, this guy's an author, and he moves into this house with his family, but his family doesn't know that the book he's actually writing, the whole setting of the book is in the house that they're moving to. And it's just this crazy thing. Very creepy. You guys should watch it. Sinister.
Sinister. Hashtag sinister. For me, my favorite Halloween movie is the first Freddy movie. Because that's the only movie that really scared me. Most of the time, like, movies that kind of scare me are, like, societal films like The Purge. Thinking of that, like, people going crazy, I'm like, I will die first. Because I'm the idiot, like, I need to protect everyone. Stab in the back. Well, how could you? Et-tu protect? Et-tu? But yeah, first Freddy movie, because the concept of this dude can get me while I'm sleeping. I can't protect myself in my dreams. I stayed up for like 2 days straight. I tried as much as possible. Me and my cousin were like slapping each other, like, you only get 2-second breaks, wake up. And the songs, like, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. That's just nope. We'll do it. So Freddy's creeped me out, 'cause I'm like, why? The dreams. The one place, dreams are supposed to be a sanctuary. What are you doing? Who's so evil to do this?
Freddy's coming for you in your dreams.
Oh my god, now I can't go to sleep today. Great.
See, I'm a little kid, so of course, my favorite Halloween movies, it is not Halloween for me until I have watched all the little Halloween Town movies and Hocus Pocus.
Yes, Hocus Pocus.
Yes, that is my favorite Halloween movie. I could binge watch all the scariest Halloween movies, but it will not be Halloween for me until I watch those.
Sorry.
No, I wasn't saying.
Well, when you talk about Halloween movies, I always have to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, that's also.
I know.
Yes.
My favorite song is the opening song, This Is Halloween.
Yes.
If you actually, they have this great AMV. If you're not familiar with what an AMV is, an animated music video. Mostly like anime heads and people know these things. They have a great one where it's Soul Eater, and they have the corn version of This Is Halloween. And it's like, this is Halloween. I was like, I need to play this all the time. But yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. I actually watched it near Christmas too, so it counts as 2.
Yes, because it does. Yeah.
Did you guys like the Paranormal Activity movies?
I saw one, and I was like, I'm not scared. Okay, I admit I'm black, and I was like, nope, I ain't doing this. We are taught, don't mess with the spirits. Leave them alone. Someone says your house is haunted. I'm like, what do you mean it's haunted? All this stuff happened. We're moving. Nope, I'm good.
You didn't even check.
Like that movie,
Ieasha.
yeah, that movie Ouija. I'm on Tumblr all the time. So in the movie Ouija, they keep like promoting things, and I saw like this cast was this post. Dude was like, "Hey, tell them to stop promoting Ouija. I'm black. We don't mess with spirits, okay? I'm not going anywhere near that."
I just want to see that movie.
No,
See, I don't mess with it either.
No.
I don't know.
I'm not messing with no spirits.
I've seen creepy stuff. I'm not gonna even try. I'm not.
The creepiest thing that kind of mess with spirits I would do, and my boyfriend's kind of upset that I want to do this at his house. The Candyman, where you go into the mirror and you say Candyman 5 times, he's supposed to come and kill you later. I did that because I was like, wait, really, Candyman? Nah, he ain't real. So I was like, I was want to do that. I want to do it at his house, but he's like, don't you dare bring that madness into my house.
Or the Bloody Mary one.
Oh,
I did
yeah,
that. I would do that because I'm like,
Every little kid has done that one.
if Barry would do it, he'll stop being a little kid. I'm calling you out.
Barry, listen.
Come on, Barry.
You're on there.
But yeah, so let's see. I think we'll probably, what time is it? The thing, like, we're talking about scary stuff here. Oh, while we're looking for some things, don't forget to follow us at WJJCRH on Twitter, right?
Twitter.
On Twitter and Radio568. You can find,
And on Facebook.
And on
you can like
Facebook.
our page.
Radio568 / WJJCRH. Twitter is at Radio568JJ. So let's get into some things that we were talking about. Worst Halloween costumes.
Okay, so I was online doing some research on Halloween costumes and actually came upon this article of the worst costumes, and some of them are sexy Ebola nurse. How do you guys feel about that?
I don't know. It's kind of weird. I mean, I've seen the whole sexy nurse thing, but what's with
People
the
are
sexy
dying.
Ebola
Yeah.
nurse? That's
What makes it an Ebola nurse besides a regular nurse? Like, I saw it and it wasn't like, I'm sitting there like, this, you know what, this is not protecting anyone from anything. And like the whole Ebola situation, that would be our next radio topic, right? Next Tuesday
Next show.
during community, I was about to say community hour. Next Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. or 1:40 we'll be here. We'll talk about our feelings about the whole Ebola panic. But with that, I'm like, it's not, how is this sexy? How is this scary? There's actual people dying from this. You want to you want to be like an HIV nurse.
Yeah.
You want to do, I'm not going to dress up as somebody from Columbine.
True.
Or a cancer nurse.
like,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Why can't you be like, if you want to be true, like, I feel like people use Halloween, like some people like, oh, female costumes are so sexualized and stuff. I'm like, have you seen the choices we got? That's what we got.
It's true.
It's, you could be a sexy nurse.
Everything's
You could be a
mini.
sexy doctor. I'm like, I want to be a regular doctor. But yeah, like on that. And I feel like, because I'm about to go on my little semi-rant, you have like, the only time we're allowed to be okay to dress sexual is on Halloween. It's like, oh, well, it's slut day or whatever. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I want to be sexy. And this is the only semi-acceptable day without getting called a slut directly to my face. You just say my costume's slutty. So that's how I feel about those costumes and the Ebola thing. I'm like, really? Really?
I mean, what makes the costume different? Is she in like a little sexy quarantine
No,
outfit? Or
she
it
has,
something?
actually
like,
says Ebola, like
Yeah.
right there next to her breast.
One of the one that I
Wow.
saw, they have, it looks like, you know, the yellow hazmat suits that they have. It's all chopped up, so it's like a crop top. And she has like boots made out of it, and she's like,
wow.
Ebola. I'm like, oh,
Wow! Congratulations to the people who made that.
I'm like, you know what? Thank you for profiting on death.
Exactly.
I've also
Wow.
seen a lot of costumes of people dressing up as Ray Rice, and they're holding like a blow-up doll. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's crazy.
Halloween's coming up. All cultures and all things are about to get disrespected.
Yes.
Be prepared for the black face, the brown face, and the yellow face. Hashtag, I don't know what you're thinking. Hashtag, stop it.
And there's also people dressing up as the Ice Bucket Challenge.
See, can you explain that to me? How do you actually,
Dressed up.
yeah.
The picture that I saw, it was just this guy literally holding a bucket over his head, and then he had like a plastic curtain, like a clear one, and he just like glued little silver cubes onto it that look like ice cubes.
Sugar cubes.
It's pretty self-explanatory. It's really weird.
See, I remember Halloween, like when they said traditionally about spirits and stuff, like we said in the first introduction. So that's actually a perfect segue about how different cultures celebrate Halloween. So I could just go on and at that. Like the basic that I have, like if you don't know, I study Japanese culture. I'm not an expert at all. But the basic things about Japanese culture, the way they celebrate Halloween over there, it's pretty much similar to how we celebrate it here, with a whole bunch of parades and a whole bunch of parties. Trick-or-treating is not like a big thing over there. It's like, why am I going to a stranger's house and inconvenience them? But like they have it, like they already have a holiday to celebrate dead spirits called Obon Matsuri, which pretty much means Festival of the Dead, and that's observed in July or August. And they usually celebrate like this traditional dance and fireworks, and you give like fruit and sweets to like you give sweets and fruits for your ancestors and stuff. So like pretty much in Japan until about 25 years ago, they didn't really do much for Halloween. And that's because a lot of expats and foreigners who are over there is like, you don't celebrate Halloween? What? We gonna Halloween it out today. So like it just seemed like another day to celebrate. There's like like I said before, there's no correlation between spirits or stuff. And it's really like only a small percentage of the population celebrate Halloween. Like, you know out here, you'll see people have jack-o'-lanterns and you'll have that. They'll have like some Halloween things like a fake ghost and maybe like some other things, but they don't have like pumpkins or they don't understand why are you doing this to a pumpkin. So that's how my little bit of understanding of Japanese culture has about that. So
well, I did some research on Halloween in Mexico, and I actually read that they have lunches on the graves of their relatives.
That sounds nice, though.
Hashtag Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah, and on November 1st, they celebrate All Saints Day, which is the day that they celebrate all the little dead children.
Aww.
Yeah.
Well, dead kids they love too.
Yeah. And then the next day is the Day of the Dead. Ooh. And it calls for all the Happy Day picnics, like I just mentioned.
Aww.
And they kind of do the same thing that we do here, the Halloween candy. They bake bread in shapes of skulls and crossbones. They decorate caskets. And people light bonfires. They set off firecrackers. And they hang lanterns on trees to guide the souls of the dead home.
Aww.
Yeah.
See, that doesn't even sound scary. It sounds like, oh, I love you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's good. Like, they celebrate their relatives. It's not that, you know, they're like, oh, they're dead, we're going to mourn them. Of course, it's good to mourn them, but it's celebrating their life, you
That's
know?
kind of like how my family celebrates funerals. You have, like, you cry at the funeral, but after that, turn up.
Exactly. Like, we're happy
Where's
you
the
live.
food? Where's the drinks?
Well, I did about Ireland and Czechoslovakia. I can never
Czechoslovakia?
say
Slovakia.
Yeah, I can never say that country. But in Ireland, it's supposedly where Halloween. They really were one of the people who originated celebrating Halloween. And one of the things that they do is that they bake fruitcake and they leave it in the stores and they bake them. And they just they bake them and leave them in their house and leave them around bonfires, and it's supposedly supposed to send as like a food for them.
Oh.
Yeah, and then
the fruitcake, is it like the fruitcake at Christmas?
yes, it's supposedly like the
I
fruitcake.
knew it was something sinister about that fruitcake.
Right? That's why it never tastes good.
There's a reason.
There's a reason for it. And in Czechoslovakia, I said it right.
Oh,
Yeah, they leave chairs around the bonfire, and those chairs are supposed to be the chairs for the mourning souls, for the lost souls to sit in.
That's so sweet. See, everybody got like
See,
sweet little things.
Exactly.
Why here in America, like, oh, it's about being dressed up as costumes and oh my God, spirits are so scary. And zombies. I ain't messing with zombies though.
No.
I didn't know this, but Ireland is believed to be the birthplace of Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Hashtag to the Ireland people.
Yes.
You guys
To
know how to make it
Irish. Well, I think we'll have a little music break real quick, but just remember you're listening to Radio 568 on WJJCRH. So make sure you hit us up on Twitter, Facebook.
Leave us some feedback. We'd love to hear from you guys.
We know you're listening. Yeah, we know you're listening.
Come on,
somebody
show
to
us
talk
some
to.
love.
So here's some more music.
Well, welcome back to Radio WJJCRH on Radio 568. What we're going to talk about now is our favorite Halloween traditions. For those of you who have not tuned in until now, we've been talking about Halloween, favorite traditions, and what do we like to do. So, Ieasha, do you have any favorite Halloween traditions?
Getting that candy. I need to get candy. Okay. Halloween is that time that I need candy to last me from October all the way to February to the day after Valentine's Day because all the candy's half off, and then that candy lasts us to Easter. So I have this whole system of getting candy.
Wow.
So my tradition with my family, what we normally do is there's like 3 rings, well, 3, I don't know how you say it, turns of getting candy. From 5 to 7, you take the little kids, the ones that can't really walk that far. You don't wear a costume. You go with them to the houses that's near you. So the people who are giving out candy, it's like, oh my God, you're such a good big cousin and everything. Here's a little bit of candy for you. I'm like, haha, thank you. Little did you know I'm coming back again. Boom. There you go. You from 8 to like 12, you get the older kids who can walk farther. So you take them. You go to the same houses, but this time you wear a costume. You're like, oh, look at your costume, it's so cool. Or they either like, because I look a little young, like, oh, your costume's so cool. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Or like, oh, aren't you a little too old? I'm like, I'm doing this for my family. Like, you know what? Here you go. Here's some candy. I'm like, yes. So you take them there. You go 5 days. And then after that, 3rd round, that's like 1 o'clock. You go by yourself. Because people are like, I'm tired. I want to get rid of this candy. Because most people are like, I got all this candy. I can't leave in my house. If I leave my house, I'm going to get fat and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'll take that from you.
You really put thought into this.
I plan things. I was like, I'll take that from you. So you go to their house. And he's like, okay, cool. Get that, whatever. And like I said before, with my cousin, I take a percentage. Because I'm taking my time out. Therefore, I should get some compensation. And the things like with my family, my mom works, so she's too tired to take them trick-or-treating. My Uncle Stanka, I don't know if you're listening, but you about to get shout out. He is so cautious. Like, if you go up to a house, he doesn't like the way the dude's looking. He's like, that dude's a murderer. We're not getting candy from him. He's like, okay, it's 10 o'clock, time to go back. Crazy people come out. I'm like, we're good. No,
My mother's the same way.
She's like, the slashers will come and get you. So that's like my tradition. My tradition is just different turns of getting free candy.
My tradition, my family does Halloween parties. Last weekend we had one for the older people, and then tomorrow we're going to have one for the kids. And when I used to live in Georgia, what I used to do over there was go to the haunted houses because a lot of the families, they were very domestic, so they did their own haunted houses. They would rent out warehouses and just people would volunteer to dress up and scare people. So that was kind of a thing, and then we would go to the farms and just walk around and take pictures.
Farms.
Look at the pumpkins.
Farms.
That's my
very
tradition.
different from New York.
Yeah, it's very different. And trick-or-treating. We used to go to, like, the rich neighborhoods.
Them
the
big pieces
were.
of candy.
Yes.
King size.
King size full bars.
Yes, so much candy. It was fun.
See, my parents, they used me on Halloween.
For that
They
candy?
really did. To get people to come into our store. My parents have a store.
Ooh.
So they would make me stand in my little costume, of course, after trick-or-treating.
It's like, she's so kawaii and cute.
Exactly. So after trick-or-treating, they would make me stand right in front of the little store, and they would make me hand out little candy to all the little kids.
Aww.
And I would have to kind of like try to convince the kids, hey, you look hungry. You should come inside and buy something. Look, we got sandwiches for you.
We got everything you need.
We've got
fuel.
chips. We've got stuff for you. And we got the bigger candy inside, just 5 cents. So I would be the little person who would have to convince everyone, please come into the store. I'll give you some candy, but come in.
See, if an older creepy dude does that, he's like, come into my store, there's free candy.
Exactly. That's why they used me. We've got free
They're
candy.
gonna be like, yeah, she's one of us. Let's go with her.
Yeah, she wouldn't totally send us out to go get killed or murdered.
Like, look, okay, she looks small. Let's go in.
Yeah.
Well, back to that party, because you were telling us before how crazy it got. Would you mind telling us that little anecdote about what happened?
One of our guests, he got super intoxicated. He didn't notice until the next day, but his plumbing got messed up. And then he traced his steps back, and he actually flushed his shirt down the toilet. So
How?
his plumbing is all messed up.
He's like, YOLO Halloween tradition, new one.
Yes.
How drunk can you be to flush your shirt down the toilet?
Did he
Too
not,
drunk,
was he
too
not
drunk.
chilly when he went home, or is it because global warming just like you don't need a shirt now?
I guess you're really hot when you get drunk. He just took it off. summer bill though.
Or we got a couple of minutes for it to sign off. Before we were talking about like favorite Halloween costumes. I remember, like I said before, like I really don't have a worst costume that I had or like a best costume I had. But oh no, we were going to talk about what we would be for Halloween. Yeah, that's where we're a little scattered, but it's okay. It's the holidays.
We're excited.
Halloween's a
the
holiday.
adrenaline.
But we were talking about what we were dressed up for. I was going, like, everyone knows I do cosplay and everything. So I have these costumes, but my costumes cost like hundreds of dollars. And last year I went to a Halloween party at John Jay, and I think it was like a witch or something, and someone spilled a juice or something on my costume. I was tight, but that costume only cost like $15. So I was thinking, I was like, maybe because the theme of this Halloween costume is 7 Deadly Sins, and I have the Envy cosplay from Fullmetal Alchemist, the anime. I was like, oh, that's perfect. And then I thought back, I was like, if someone puts something on my costume, I have to get this dry clean. I'm gonna be highly upset. So today I'm just gonna be G and Shield because we're a graphic novel club. So instead of G and C, we're G and Shield from like Agents of Shield.
So
got my little blazer, my little shirt,
I
boots,
love that.
my little ID.
See, and she could walk around the street. No one knows she's dressed up.
But I'm dressed up and fly. So
my costume last week at my little Halloween party, I was a police officer.
Were you a sexy officer?
It was okay. It was okay.
I saw the picture. She was dressed up as a sexy cop.
It was okay.
Beware, Sophia's coming for you.
But tomorrow for Halloween, I don't know yet. I'm thinking of a chola. What's a chola?
Gangster
Mexican
dude? Like
female version.
Oh,
Yeah, like that, but a girl. So that'd be kind of fun to do.
Oh, wow. See, guys, I'm ashamed. I'm still looking for the Halloween costume. I'm supposed to go to a party and to the parade, and I still do not know what to wear. So please hit us up on Facebook and give me some ideas of a costume.
Struggle friendly. That'd be nice. Well, that kind of wraps up our broadcast for the day. A few quick things. Today is the 7 Deadly Sins Halloween party in the North Hall cafeteria. If you don't have a ticket, it's cool because they sold out real quick. But after 10 p.m., if space permits, they're actually going to let John Jay students in. So, boom, you're cool. Also, another plug, Graphic Novel Club from 5 to 8 p.m. in L270.03, you know where all the club rows are and the computer lab is. We're going to have a horror night. So when we were talking about the School with Suicide, we're going to have even scarier ones for that.
Ooh, I'm coming
Spooky.
to that.
Yeah. So don't forget to hit us up on Facebook at WJJCRH. Oh, sorry. Hit us up on Facebook at Radio568/WJJCRH. Follow us on Twitter at Radio568JJ. And look forward to our next broadcast next Tuesday where we talk about Ebola.
Yes.
I have been Ieasha Galloway with
Rosmary Reyes.
And Sofia Aguilar.
So see you next week. Bye.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Where did that come from?